Hello, Farm of Life family. Here we are yet again.
Hello.
Retreats are abounding here, Farm of Life 2013. Our second one, the Animar retreat, is just finishing up. And the Animar retreat is a bit unique in that I do Reiki sessions for all of the guests. Most other retreats, I'm not involved in that at all, maybe in specific instances. And so a bunch of people kind of mentioned to me that maybe I should do a YouTube about Reiki, because I do Reiki here on the farm by donation only. Reiki, it's a very ancient Eastern art, and basically it has to do with the movement of energy. Everything is just energy we teach on the farm, and we all have energy that moves and flows through us. I generally say when I speak a little bit about energy that, or that Reiki, is that everybody moves energy. Everyone has energy that comes out their hands. When you give a hug, you're giving Reiki. Any form of touch is Reiki. However, having said that, there's no question that in the movement of energy, once you become attuned with Reiki into being a master, you can pull energy through someone and through yourself very easily and not hold on to that energy.
You're just a conduit.
Yeah, you're just a conduit. So basically
you're just like an empty tube that the energy goes through.
So basically what happens when I do Reiki, and I don't know, I can't speak for any other Reiki masters, but what you do is you get very good at meditation, and so that you can open up your crown to divine guidance. So you just open up the crown chakra to divine guidance, to your higher self, higher beings. And your higher self will channel through you to the person that you're working on. And basically I call it sort of an energy transfusion. It's basically where you, for me personally, I place my hands on each of the 7 chakras. And as my hands get really, really hot, I know that a chakra is blocked. And what I do is I'm deep in meditation. I'm really opening to higher guidance. And when the chakra just kind of eases up, I know that chakra's opened up. And I've done my job. And then I move on to the next chakra, and the next chakra, and the next chakra. Profound things can happen while this is occurring. And I want...
Hello,
our dogs are burping.
It's very profound.
Yes, he's getting Reiki by Tim right now.
Well, we often say that Caesar himself is a Reiki master.
This is a Reiki master right here. Caesar. He's a very, very cool dog. But since this particular retreat...
And our guest here with you right now, Tim, did have a profound experience this week.
Yeah, I mean, some people... I mean, I guess we should talk maybe a little bit about, like, when you're doing Reiki, like, what can happen. I've seen it... I've probably now done, I don't know, 200, 300, 400 Reiki sessions. And it's gone from... here we have another Reiki person.
Recipient.
Jennifer.
So we have Jennifer and Tim. Both guests this week at the Animar retreat. Both received Reiki.
Yeah. And Reiki can go from at the very least relaxed. Mm-hmm. Everyone at this retreat and anyone I've ever done Reiki on, at the very least, they're done feeling a sense of more calm and relaxation. And at the very most, it can be really, really profound experiences, really profound, life-changing experiences. Lists of things that can happen. Some people feel like they're lifting off the table, levitating. Some people feel like they're bolted to the ground and they can't move. Washes, like wave-like energies, tingly feelings that go up and down their body. Mm-hmm.
Past life memories.
Past life memories. Dream state, where you go into a deep shamanic experience. You go into a dream state and start having dreams where actually you talk to your higher guides, getting answers for you. It can be really numerous things. And the really cool thing about Reiki for me is, and I guess for some people maybe it's not subjective enough, is that I don't know where it's going to go. And I like that, because the more and more I stay out of it, The more and more I stay out of it, it's not a psychic reading. So the more and more I stay out of it, the deeper the guest can go into their own experience. Now, having said that, sometimes I do pick up images, and I'll know and I'll hear things. You get little psychic things here and there, but I try to stay out of it as much as I possibly can and just to suspend the person in that shamanic experience, if that happens. For many people, it's a body experience. We have one guest here that simply had a breathing problem, and the energy immediately went to that to unblock that, and that's the experience that she had. And she says, oh, since she's had Reiki, she's been breathing the best she has, in a very, very long time. And so it's really, truly amazing. Everyone's a little bit different. Everybody has different experiences. And so here with us today, we've got two people during this retreat who did Reiki that actually had, very, very profound experiences. And I guess we'll start with Jennifer.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, or whoever. Would you like to start?
Ladies
Okay,
first.
Certainly.
Yeah. Talk to us. Like what? Just in general. Yeah. Like what kind of started. What your experience with it?
Brian was right on the nose when he listed all the different things that happened. He kind of that was mine to a T. It started off very physical for me. I felt vibrations. I felt body parts wanting to move, and then I had to really let go. There was a moment where I was having like an inner battle because my body wanted to do it, and my ego was saying no, like just tighten up, resist it. And as soon as I exhaled and let it go, like my body just knew what had to happen for my healing. And there was a lot of twisting, a lot of contorting. But my body feels completely different after my treatment physically.
Yeah.
I'm not as crooked. My chest is open. I was having a lot of low back pains and stuff when I first came here, liver issues, and since then everything seems to feel fantastic. Like that's the big one physically that I noticed.
Excellent.
I did have a couple of past life experiences, which were fascinating. There was a lot of doubt that was happening on the table for me at the beginning. But it was almost like a story was playing out, and I just opened myself to hear it. And I was told exactly what I needed to move past my past existence, the patterns that I go into. I don't really know how to explain it because it's just such a blur, but there was a clearer conversation with self. It was like, this happened in this existence, and if you want to change, all you need to do is shift. You just need to shift that awareness and change. So what bubbled up as sadness for me originally, as soon as I had that realization, I just said, okay, just let it go and change. That's easy. I'll just make this happy. Then I started to laugh. There was some tears.
Yes.
But then everything that my guide, my self-conscious, my higher power, whatever you want to call it, whatever I was being shown, there was no longer a negative undertone to it. It was an experience. It was the choices that I made, got me here, got me on my path. Let it go. And there were some things in my existence that I was holding on to really, really tight for a really long time.
Right.
And I've let them go.
It's gone.
Right.
It's gone.
It's all this energy, right?
Oh, and
that's why Reiki is so profound. Is it's just energy, and it's just all my job is to suspend you in this journey that you're having with your higher self, and then you get the lesson, and then you can move on.
And when Brian's doing the Reiki, you just feel the love. Like you just feel him touching different areas, and you can feel the heat building in your body.
Yes.
And that's what I found was really profound. Is like whenever I started coming back to my head and thinking about what was going on in my experience, I would just try to feel that heat in your hands, and I would follow it, and you could feel it like deep, and then going through layer on layer on layer of letting go of tension and fear and doubt and hatred. It was pretty profound. It was awesome.
It is.
Yay, Reiki.
And on my end, right, I mean, it's just that, man, it just makes me feel so good because on my end, and this is now, I've been at this now probably for about 5 years. I feel that what was coming through you, I feel it just for a very short period of time. I feel this lower vibrational energy, right, of the anger and the sadness and the pain. And then I'll breathe out. Woo! It goes right out my feet. And I always make sure I'm barefoot, grounded, right? And so Mother Earth just takes it, and it's gone. Everything's just energy, sadness, anger, resentment. And then we can shift all that. Like, it's, if you think of it along a line of a paradigm, you've got love and you've got fear, right? It's the same neurotransmitter in the brain. And so what happens is basically your thought pattern, right? Your thought pattern is creating more fear-based type thoughts. But if you said 180 shift it, and sometimes you need a Reiki person to do it, you know, right? Or another practitioner. There's many different rivers to this. But you just kind of shift it and move that paradigm, that thought pattern over into love and joy.
And it was amazing when it happened too, because I could feel the tears bubbling up and all the sadness. And as soon as I made that conscious decision, or subconscious decision, depending on how you look at it, as soon as I made that decision, like the laughter that came out of me was
awesome.
Awesome. It was awesome.
Truly
Everything
awesome.
Vibrated. Every cell in my body vibrated. And it vibrated for a really long time after I got off the table too. It took a while for me to come back down.
Yep. I mean, we have a guest here on the farm who, it was very, you know, last night she had a profound experience, and she didn't think she would, and she doesn't understand that energy. So today she's just saying, it was just weird. It was just really weird. And I was just like, that. Yeah, it's all right. That's okay, you know? The weird. I explained to her what all the weird was, but that's so awesome that someone could be introduced to the feelings of being, of the weird feelings, you know? And they're just higher self. It's just higher self. Some people, they spend a lifetime and not feel that weird feeling. And so it's an honor to be able to introduce someone to that, that's for sure. Tim had another, I mean, Tim's experience was truly amazing. Man, go.
Where to start?
Wow.
Well, it was, I think this whole week has been sort of letting go and opening, learning that I have to release the heart. And I think so. It's just the week has been a profound progression to the session, and so it was. You know, I was able to talk. I don't believe I saw them, but I saw my subconscious acknowledgement of them, which would be my darker self, and where that fits into my being. And I was able to, and how it fits into my familial pattern, and I was able to acknowledge their existence and speak to them, and what they offered me as I wanted to, could I move forward, and I said, you know, that I can't go with them, and there was moments where, you know, I just acknowledged when they got to the heart, the white, just beauty, and go towards the beauty, and then we went to another chakra, and it was the releasing of, I think, sort of an animus ideal, and that was very profound. I saw who could be my, you know, my feminine self, or my, you know, a part of me that I haven't integrated fully. I haven't recognized, I haven't acknowledged, and I had a chance to, you know, to see them, see her, and speak to her and what she offered me, and that's I think that's going to be the mystery that Reiki is open to me, and I've been able to let go of a lot of darkness, moving towards the light, the warmth, the bigger heart, and then finding the, you know, what is that part? Because she was in the dark, but there's something pure that she was offering me. I have to find that, and I think that's where it was. You know, it went all the way from the crown to the root chakra, and that's where it's like that's the last place we were there. So I think that's where I have to, you know, follow and understand and piece together. So it was it was physically, it was the physical release was just unbelievable. Just the contorting.
You were contorting all, yeah.
Yeah. Then the
massage table sank on us. We were at the beach. We were sinking in quicksand.
He lifted me up in a number of ways. And then when we came out, I moved all with he put rods.
Egyptian healing rods. You use those, yeah.
And I moved them all around, but when I came out, it was here.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, I opened my eyes and all I could do was laugh. Because the whole journey was just, it's imprinted on me. I can see it from beginning to end, and it's just like, and I just felt, light. I have felt tremendously light since then. Tremendously light.
Nice. That's fantastic. Wow.
Yeah, I'm forever changed. I'm with you.
Yeah.
You came out of your Reiki session and you were like a toddler, like running around, giggling.
Yeah.
And again, we were at the beach, so you just ran into the ocean and were playing. It was great.
It was just, there's something just, as Brian said, he took it out and put it into the earth, and now, you know, given sadness, and you put that, you recognize it, you respect it, but you don't change it, but there is something in me I can change.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the true profundity of it, that I recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
I recognize for the moment I saw it, and I can say, okay, that's what I have to move towards.
And identify it from here on in, right?
Right.
Yeah. Like when it starts to happen again, you can say, this is
awareness.
This is the choice that I have.
The mystery's
at
open.
This moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
The choices I have to make to solve that mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you guys bring up a good point, or Timmy, you were bringing up a good point, how I generally always, unless I'm really guided to start on another chakra, I start at the crown. Why? Because if someone's going to have a shamanic experience like both of you did, I want to start opening you up to your divine guides.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're ready and you're open and it's time, then we start, boom, from the crown. We open it up and then we go down.
Yeah, and what I found was amazing was that the heart-brain connection is so strong in me that he touched here, and my heart inflamed. It was like a heat. And I mean, clearly that's when the chakras, when it's blocked, it's heat.
It's hot.
So it's like the balance. Maybe there's an imbalance, but but when he got there, it just. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thanks, guys, for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
This really, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And this is a practice that we do, at the farm, and I could never accept money for it. I don't know. It just my guides have told me never to exchange paper for it. I take donations, and some people do give me money, but I could honestly care less. I feel it's a gift. And I have no problems just giving it away.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Thanks for sharing.
So,
and it was, I just want to add this, but it was given to you for free. You were made a master for free.
Correct.
A lot of people have to attend courses and pay a lot of money to be attuned to be a master.
Correct. Timmy, I want to thank you for that. Tim is my good friend. Before I moved to Costa Rica, he and I were riding bikes together, and Timmy's a body worker, and we were on our way up to the mountains to do a bike ride, and we were talking about, metaphysical things and stuff like that. And he looked at me and he says, you need to be a master. You need to be a Reiki master before you move to Costa Rica. And I looked at him and I said, man, he was a master himself. And he looked at me and he said, and I looked at him and I said, I'd be honored if you taught this to me. And so I did a quick crash course, and he attuned me 1, 2, and 3 right fast. I read some books on it, and now it's unbelievable what's been happening to guests here. It really is. And
but
so, thanks
important.
again.
Yeah, I mean, you were the tool for sure, and it depends on how much you've grown, right? Like how much you know, and it's up to Tim and I to take this knowledge home with us and work with it. Like this is an everlasting thing. Like I don't, my healing's not done.
Yeah. Absolutely, and you guys both bring up an excellent point to finish it up. Is that I always tell people this too, usually when they're done, is that Reiki opens you. Any body worker will open you. But then it's up to you to stay open.
Right.
It's up to you to stay open. This isn't it can be a permanent thing. Mm-hmm. It can be a permanent thing, but that's your decision. And your decision. And anyone else who gets Reiki and has this opening. Then it's your choice to stay open or go back to that old thought pattern, and then sort of the Venus flytrap just it just closes back up again. And I've watched both happen, and it's okay. Either process is just fine, you know, where maybe somebody might need a series of opening and closing and opening and closing, but you know, that's pretty much it. A body worker keeps you open, and then it's the choice to stay open. And I think both of you know and are guided now in the right direction to stay open. You know,
absolutely.
Good luck with that.
So
Yeah,
good luck.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Stay in touch with us.
See you, Farm Life family.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.